Another day, another video where I talk about a TikTok creator under some heavy fire. Now, as we know, TikTok has been proven time and time again to be one of the fastest ways to blow up on the entire platform. A good example is some of the most popular streamers right now on the internet, like Queso, White I Show Speed, Black Jinxie. These are all people that blew up, not really from their streaming career, but more so people clipping their content and then sharing it around, which blew them up. Because obviously you're going to be much more inclined to watch a 6-second React Andy clip.
When Livy saw Baby Gronk in the waved to him and made a heart.
As opposed to a 5-6 hour long stream. You know, you'll watch the clip and you go, look, he kicked the webcam again. Who is this guy? And that really does show that TikTok has the ability to supercharge careers and make people famous overnight. Now, a very popular trend, which seems to have first infected the site, I think around August 2021, was the NPC trend. The non-playable character trend where you would have people basically acting like, well, characters in a video game. More importantly, Skyrim characters that had about 3 lines of dialogue. Now, it's been widely regarded that one of the first people to popularize this trend was someone called Natu Coco. Now, originally, the NPC trend started with a lot of people that do cosplays because, you know, when you dress up as a certain character, you have certain qualities. So acting like an NPC would appeal to a lot of people. Now, one of the most popular NPC TikTokers that you probably know about is Pinky Doll, because around 9 months ago, everyone was doing a video on her because, you know, she just acted really bizarre on camera. She basically mastered burning out your dopamine receptors as quick as possible. Every time she get a dono, it'd be like, yes, 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 hi, hi. And when she wasn't getting donos, she would be using hair straighteners to pop popcorn.
Bruh. You got me feeling like a cowgirl. Let me read it.
Because I've said this in a lot of previous videos, TikTok live streamers are terrified of you scrolling. If you know, watch someone on YouTube or on Twitch, you got to watch like a 30-second ad. That filters out most people anyway. So usually when you watch a streamer, you're probably a fan of them anyway. You know, you've committed in some way. Maybe you're a subscriber. You've paid money in the past. You have a reason to get past that ad. But on TikTok, ads, you can just skip as quick as the live stream. So they will do anything in their power to make sure, do not click off. Please, don't click off. God, it is really hot in here. I'm gonna open a window. Now, as of late, the NPC streamer trend seems to have, you know, died down a little bit. It's been softly retired. One trend that really doesn't seem to die at the minute is people going around New York pretending to be NPC streamers, which is even worse because you're doing it while people are just trying to walk past and, you know, go about their day.
Meow, dude, chill. You're gonna make my kitty bird. Spicy chilies get me gassy, bro. You're gonna get me gas in the Uber, bro. Meow, dude, chill. You're gonna make my kitty bird, bro.
But I don't want to talk about that today. I want to talk about one of my favorite TikTok accounts at the minute, Leaks World. Now, Leaks World has been in the game for a little bit. He's been posting since April 2021. And the name Leaks World probably doesn't ring a bell, but long story short, you probably do know him because he's the guy you see when you're scrolling on TikTok who dresses up as Miles Morales. And he's only recently been doing these Miles cosplays, I think since like May 2023. Now, I think Leaks' real name is Malik because it says that on his Instagram. So that's just how I'm going to refer to him as because, you know, saying Miles Morales every 5 seconds, I just can't be asked. But Malik, when he first started his TikTok account, he was very generous. He was definitely fitting into the Miles Morales personality. He ended up giving around $10,000 to 3 different homeless people. And then in early 2023, he actually vlogged himself, you know, what it's like being homeless in LA. Now, one thing I do want to point out, it's not like he immediately gave all this money away and then went homeless. There was a huge jump in time between those two things. And the content that he did, people really liked it. They liked his outlandish character. They liked all the narration he threw into his videos, and it blew up his account. But, you know, the game can only last so long. Eventually, you run out of content. You can only break character so many times for a funny moment. So that is when he delved into the absolute hellhole that is NPC streaming and took on the persona of Miles Morales. Now, one thing I do want to point out is he is not the sole person to cosplay as Miles Morales on TikTok, but his actions, which I'm about to explain, lead up to the reasons why he is definitely now the most famous one. So he starts playing as Miles Morales. You know, he's doing exactly what every single NPC streamer's doing. You know, yo, thank you for the 5. Thank you for the 5. Oh, those are some roses? I'll give them to my uncle. I'll give them to my uncle. You know, just that kind of repetition and saying the same thing over and over because apparently it scratches an inner part of some people's brains. Also, a little side note about the TikTok NPC trend, which a lot of people don't actually seem to understand, which is very weird. A lot of it can actually be kink orientated because a lot of people have actually came out in interviews basically saying they're doing it because they feel that they're controlling someone. It's almost like kind of a submissive act, especially with TikTokers like Pinky Doll, you know, getting hundreds and thousands of dollars worth of donations and gifts just to hear her say, you know, oh, thank you, popcorn. Thank you for the 5. Thank you for the 10. It's basically the same as XQC if he actually read half the donos that he got.
XQC, can you go full screen? I want to see you. I'm about to come.
And one of the main reasons why Malik became so popular is because he broke character.
Okay, you see this button right here? Press the fucking button.
Now, breaking character for NPC streamers is incredibly common, and it's one of the reasons why they became so famous in the first place, because people would almost tune into their streams, and the people that weren't giving money, the poor people, which is, 99% of people watching the stream, they basically just sat there and waited to try to see when they would break character. Pinky Doll is a perfect example. She would regularly break character on stream to basically, tell her children off for like interrupting her.
Ice cream's so good. Stop it!
When she's like making what most Americans make in 10 years in 10 minutes. Obviously, people like Pinky Doll, she's in the safety of her own home. The worst case scenario that can happen is one of her kids runs up on stream. It's basically the same as that BBC interview that happened years ago of a guy talking about, I don't know, I have no idea what he was talking about, but the reason why the clip went so viral is because his kids just walked into the room and it looked like an SNL bit.
The question is, how do democracies respond to those scandals?
And what will it mean for...
I would be surprised if they do. Pardon me. My apologies. My apologies. South Korea's policy choices on North Korea have been...
Who knew that someone being interviewed on BBC was the original clipbaiter? Now, the difference with Malik is he was doing this Miles Morales bit outside and at night in California. That's like the 3 worst combinations I could possibly think of. Now, one of the first instances was back in July last year, and unfortunately, leaks got so popular that he was pretty regularly stream sniped.
Am I really out here doing this shit for real?
Stream sniping.
Now, to be fair, this first interaction, as bad as being stream sniped is, it wasn't actually that bad. It was, someone just coming up to him who's a fan who's basically kind of, getting in his face a little bit, but warning him and basically just saying, you do this in public, it might not end well, bro.
No, this shit ain't safe. He's like, all right. Know what you're doing, okay?
And that man must have been playing through California on New Game Plus because, a couple streams later, it happened. He was literally being harassed by police for basically no reason. He was just like doing a live in public, like you are allowed to film in public, and they were still just giving him shit for it. Now, one of the more serious interactions, if we fast forward a little bit to November, this was an altercation where he basically just full on broke character because he had to deal with security that kept asking him to leave the premises. Now, in the stream, the police go up to him and basically say, could you move because you're recording in a gray area?
You just stay off of private property. This is a grayish area.
Which leads to Leaks basically just breaking his entire character, confronting the police about why, he should be filming there. The thing is, he even shows the sidewalk, and the fact that the police marked that as like a gray area, it doesn't really make sense. It's almost like they just want him to move, but they don't really have like a real good reason to.
If the pavement was a sidewalk, then the sidewalk would end right there. There would be nowhere for public people to walk anymore. Yeah. So this is a sidewalk, And
then before leaving, he casually drops that his dad works at the police, which is just really up there with, my dad works at Microsoft.
Hope you had a nice day. Yeah. My dad works for the police.
Now, what I want to know is I really can't tell if his dad actually works with the police or he's like playing into the Miles Morales bit, because obviously his dad is an actual cop. Now, not too long after this, after his move, the police come up to him again and they ask him to move again.
All right, my command wants to talk to you, so...
And it's funny because you can tell that he just doesn't care at this point, and he also knows that if he kind of acts up and doesn't really comply, he'll be clipped into high heaven, which will make him famous overnight. So he starts responding to the police by just saying, nah, I'm gonna do my own thing.
Nah, yeah, I'm gonna do my own thing.
Then do your own thing over there.
Nah.
Which obviously is a pretty infamous line from the most recent animated Spider-Man film. Now, this guy keeps encouraging Leaks to move over and over, but finally, he actually just gave up and moved on. Truly, we have seen the scenario on TikTok where the unstoppable force meets the immovable object. That is if the object moved 2 times prior and then the unstoppable force just gave up. This is something that Leaks had major problems with because whenever he was out in public, the police were basically just harassing him. There was another instance a month later where he was in front of a gas station and the police again came up to him and said, you gotta move, bro. And it's funny because when they're telling him to move, he's still just reacting to all the donos he's been given.
He was supposed to teach me everything,
You're being trespassed.
Here's my ID. Go ahead and trespass me. Yeah, sounds good. Thanks to the roast.
Eventually running away from the police, saying the infamous line, nah, I'm gonna do my own thing.
Nah, I'm gonna do my own thing.
Now, you think the police would be the worst people in this situation, but nope. You actually had someone full-on pull out a gat in front of his live stream.
We're all good out here. We're all good out here. Put it away, put it away.
How about that prick's face when he saw the Gyat? Not very good for Miles Morales. He was pretty shook up, and I can totally understand why.
But that prick's face when he saw the Gyat.
So obviously it was upon him, Miles Morales, to de-escalate the entire situation, which he did, and then promptly ended the stream without, you know, any kind of goodbye.
Cause you a bitch. Put it away. 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 Put it away.
Now here is when the updates get a lot more sporadic. In March, he uploaded a video titled How I Found Out I Wasn't Spider-Man and explains how he ended up in the hospital. A little bit later on, leaks appeared in a live stream with another TikTok creator, Glover Yawn. So apparently they had the idea to go to a nightclub. So Leaks, or, you know, Miles Morales, went into the club, had a drink, had another drink. He probably had a little bit too much to drink and basically got it in his head that some people in the club wanted to steal his phone. And then there was a clip of him like completely drunk, falling down the stairs, hitting his head really, really badly. Now, I can't show the clip because there's one thing I care more about getting the story out there, and that's money. So instead, I'm going to recreate something in Gmod. So he was completely passed out after the concussion, goes to the hospital, and apparently woke up with a camera in his face, and he was terrified of like nurses taking off his Miles Morales websuit. But then goes on to say that he lost pretty much everything. You know, his car keys, absolutely gone. Everything is despawned. But obviously, thank you all for the support. Now, it's pretty funny because a lot of people in this situation would probably think, you know what, let's dial it back a little bit. This is probably a bit too much for me, this whole TikTok lifestyle. But no, someone left a comment saying, the galaxy sent you to the wrong universe. And he just replied saying, ayo. So funnily enough, pretty shortly after he was discharged from hospital, he just went straight back to NPC streaming, probably because he realized that a lot of people had their eyes focusing on him now. But the stream takes a really weird turn because everything seems all right, but you can tell throughout the video he's getting more and more noticeably annoyed, and you can also hear people talking in the background that aren't on camera. And it really changes when he gets a galaxy. If you don't know what a galaxy is, this is like the epitome of TikTok gifts. It's one of the more expensive gifts that you can be given, and usually a lot of people on live streams will have an absolute mental breakdown when you give a galaxy. If anything, I have a personal trauma around the word galaxy because I remember the amount of people that would do these TikToks of like stacking cards on top of each other. They'd basically sit there and say, don't send a galaxy, don't send a galaxy, or I'll have to take a card off and start over.
Stop saying send galaxy. We are not getting a galaxy. How many times are...
And then, you know, obviously someone sends a galaxy and they just fully react Andy and they act like, oh, I'm so annoyed, guys, when they're just getting free money for doing nothing. Now, when he gets a galaxy, he goes,
wow, is that a galaxy? Then up for those, I'm gonna make it back to my own universe.
Basically implying, you know, like Miles Morales would do in the Spider-Verse films, how he would just, you know, change dimensions. And while he does this bit because someone gave a galaxy, you can tell that off camera, he's getting really, really annoyed. And this is where he takes the camera and gets angry at another TikTok NPC streamer, Jessie Sagi. I think I'm saying that right. She's live streaming at the same time, and he just fully flips out on her.
God, bro, that shit is so fucking annoying. What the fuck is that, bro? Why are you so fucking loud? You're always so fucking hungry. You're literally always fucking hungry. Are you okay?
Why aren't you out saving the city?
Fuck you. Fucking bitch.
Now, what a lot of people have seemed to believe is that this was all staged for clout because, like I've said many, many times in different videos and on live streams, the biggest way to blow up now is to fake drama for views because there's basically zero risk and you get a lot of eyes on your account. One of the bigger problems with that is crying wolf, though, and you are slowly eroding away that goodwill that you have. I mean, there's one thing to get like a dono on stream and then like overreact because you know it's going to be clipped. We're all guilty of that. I'm guilty of that. But then, you know, to stage beef with someone to just be like, oh no, we're actually fine. We're friends. It really does kind of destroy that goodwill you have with your fan base. More importantly as well, the following days after that, they actually did a lot of TikToks collabing with each other. And then a couple weeks after that, Leaks was doing another live stream and he just straight up got robbed. There's no funny haha. He literally just got robbed while doing a TikTok live. So Leaks starts interacting with this random guy on stream who seems a little bit dodgy. Imagine the merchant from Resident Evil 4, but instead of selling you things and being able to buy things, he just takes things and doesn't give you anything in return for them. Then out of nowhere, the stream randomly cuts out, and when it comes back on, Leaks basically semi-breaking character saying that, oh shit, I just got robbed.
I just got robbed on, thank you for the post. I just got robbed on live chat.
And this is the one thing I love about TikTok brain rot. He's been robbed, right? That's really bad. But he's a TikToker, so he can actually turn this into a profit. So he goes up to the screen and basically says, guys, make sure you tap the like button. We're almost at 1.5 million likes, guys.
Let's get to 1.5 million. Everybody tap the screen, tap the screen.
He then pretty much just goes back into character and acts like nothing happened. But then the next day, he posts a pretty emotional video about the incident. So obviously in this video, he's talking about what happened yesterday's stream, how he was robbed mid-stream, but basically had to, you know, keep going.
You won! As you guys know, last night, I got fucking robbed. It seems like the same type of niggas that are supposed to support you, bro, don't fucking support you, bro. It be your own fucking people, bro. I'm trying to be the best streamer for you guys, bro. And I can't do that when you guys are fucking with me. I'm just trying, but I don't think I can take this shit.
Now, despite this and him being pretty open about it, most people in the comments, they don't really care. They're just clowning on him. Miles Morales NPC crash out before GTA 6 is wild. It's a leap of faith. That's all it is, Miles. A leap of faith. You're supposed to have villains, though. Venom came inside him. Bro, why didn't you use your L1 abilities? PS5, no games. Now, I think when Ricky Berwick is dunking on you, you've definitely hit a new low. That is just an undoubtable fact. But then he actually gives us an update and says he probably has found the account of the guy that robbed him and, you know, is demanding money. Now, in the UK, we used to have this show called Crime Stoppers. I'm pretty sure in America, you guys have something similar as well. We don't have the show anymore, but basically it would play crimes out and then ask the public to call in and basically ask, have you seen this person? That is exactly what Leaks did here, basically showing a video of the guy being like, you know, guys, if you have any information on him, please contact me.
If you guys know any information, any more videos besides the one that I'm about to show you right now, please let me know because I don't know where to go from here.
Now, a couple of days later, because as we know, the grind never, ever stops, he pretty much just jumped back into his usual content. You know, he jumped on the Kendrick and Drake beef trend, which like everyone did. Even I did a video on that. And look at the music I listened to. Now, what's interesting, since his return, he isn't dressing up as Miles Morales anymore, but Miles G. Morales, the Prowler. So this could be possibly hinting at a new chapter for Spider-Man. What if Spider-Man, but let evil? What if instead of red and blue suit, it's black suit and gooey? He also started doing some pretty weird stuff, like this video of him dancing in his room to an instrumental of a very iconic Tumblr song called Sweater Weather. And then when people started asking, you know, like, bro, what the hell are you doing? Again, he just goes, my own thing, bro. Now, at the minute, looking at his Instagram, I have no idea what he's doing. I think, honestly, he's just kind of sick of doing the Miles Morales thing because it's bringing him a lot more trouble than it's worth. But unfortunately, he's fell into that trap, which so many people on TikTok do. They get known for a single gimmick, and if they try to move away from that gimmick, their account pretty much just dies overnight. Now, the interesting thing, he did a podcast interview in August last year, and he mentioned how he'd like to do cosplays of characters from other franchises, like, for example, Star Wars. But more importantly, he does want to keep doing the NPC trend for pretty much as long as he can.
I definitely have a Star Wars cosplay coming soon. And then I want to do my own thing, like just my own complete costume. I'm always going to do this. Like I will forever always do this. Even when like I blow up big and I'm some big creator, YouTuber, whatever.
I feel the conclusion to this is pretty much exactly the same I had in the last video with Jack Fitness. If you didn't watch that video, that's someone that blew up doing pretty stupid things. To be fair, with Jack Fitness, he kind of put himself in that situation. With Leaks, Miles Morales, it's more that he was just doing stuff in public. And unfortunately, when you're in public, you subject yourself to many, many crackheads and just annoying people in general. Now, clout is one of the most recognizable currencies in the entire world. If anything, I think clout definitely has more value than wealth. I mean, a good example, I saw a video the other day of Ninja crying, basically saying on stream that if he didn't get that Mixer deal that paid him like $30 million, he'd probably be as big as Kai Cenat now.
Oh, Kai's pulling 30K right now because he's sleeping, dog. Every time he wakes up and he actually starts playing Elden Ring, he's pulling anywhere from 90 to 100K. He just puts in the work, bro. He does what I could have done if I just stayed home and streamed and didn't go to Mixer or anything like that.
Now, clout is a dangerous thing because the more you get of it, the more you want of it. And I feel like if he really does want to do his own thing, as Miles Morales, you know, famously said, his account will unfortunately slowly die over time. But maybe that's, you know, for the better. You know, I don't want to make one of these like retrospective videos like, oh, TikTokers who fell off. Like, look at that guy. He was big and now he's not as big. He fell off. Because eventually it happens to everyone. Like, everyone goes through peaks and valleys. Some people just unfortunately don't recover from the valleys. You know, and so many other people that are doing the TikTok NPC stuff, they usually did it inside their house where they're safe, as opposed to being out in public and being harassed by crackheads and the police and robbed. I do want to give a quick update to this as well. Like, at the time of recording, he's actually just posted a TikTok right now where he's apparently confronted the robbers on camera and they've just gave him everything back.
All right, give us the bag, fam.
Watch out, watch
You
out.
tripping. Oh, hell no.
You lucky
All
I don't beat
right.
the fuck out you, bro. You lucky I don't beat the fuck out your ass.
Hey, what's...
Did someone just drop their Invisalign on the floor? That is like the most expensive thing you could drop on the floor, apart from a phone. So yeah, it seems he got his stuff back. Is it staged? Is it all part of, you know, this intricate way to revive his career? Who knows? So someone needs to pick up that Invisalign, bro. Like, goddamn. I could not imagine dropping something more expensive that is useless to absolutely anyone except the person that lost it.